Once upon a time, in a quaint little valley surrounded by lush green hills and vibrant wildflowers, three little pigs decided it was time to leave the comforts of their mother's home and venture out into the world. Each pig had its own vision of what a home should be. The first pig, with a carefree spirit, believed that life should be simple and easy. He gathered bundles of straw, convinced that a house made of straw would be quick to build and allow him more time to play in the sun. The second pig, a bit more practical but still fond of leisure, chose sticks as his building material. He thought that sticks would provide a sturdy enough structure while still being relatively easy to assemble. The third pig, however, was different. He was diligent and hardworking, with a strong belief in the value of perseverance. He decided to build his house out of bricks, knowing it would take more time and effort, but would ultimately provide the strongest protection. As the days passed, the first pig completed his straw house in just a few hours. He danced around in delight, enjoying the warmth of the sun and the gentle breeze. The second pig, having built his stick house, joined his brother in celebrating their newfound freedom. They spent their days frolicking in the fields, playing games, and enjoying the carefree life of little pigs. Meanwhile, the third pig toiled away at his brick house, laying each brick with care and precision. He worked tirelessly, sometimes late into the evening, while his brothers laughed and played. One fateful day, the tranquility of the valley was shattered by the arrival of the big bad wolf. He was a fearsome creature, known far and wide for his cunning and his insatiable appetite for mischief. The wolf sniffed the air and caught the scent of the three little pigs. His eyes gleamed with excitement at the thought of a delicious meal. He approached the straw house first, his breath heavy with anticipation. The first pig, oblivious to the danger, was lounging in the sun when he heard a knock at the door. Little pig, let me come in," the wolf called, his voice smooth but laced with menace. "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," the first pig squeaked in response, his heart racing as he realized who was at the door. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," the wolf growled. With a mighty breath, he huffed and puffed, and in an instant, the straw house crumbled like a house of cards. The first pig squealed in terror and dashed off to his brother's stick house, hoping to find refuge. The wolf, now emboldened by his success, followed the first pig to the second house. He knocked again, the sound echoing ominously. Little pig, let me come in. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," the second pig shouted defiantly, though he too felt a shiver of fear. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." With a fierce gust, the wolf huffed and puffed, and like the straw house, the stick house fell apart, sending splinters flying. The two little pigs squealed and ran as fast as they could to their brother's brick house, their hearts pounding with panic. At the brick house, the third pig was busy putting the final touches on his sturdy home when he saw his brothers rushing toward him, breathless and terrified. He quickly ushered them inside and bolted the door, his heart heavy with concern for their safety. "What happened?" he asked, his voice steady despite the fear that gripped the air. "The big bad wolf!" they cried in unison, their voices trembling. "He blew down our houses!" The third pig's eyes narrowed as he heard the familiar knock on the door. Little pig, let me come in," the wolf called, his voice dripping with malice. "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," the third pig replied, standing tall and resolute. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," the wolf roared, his breath filling the air with a chilling gust. He huffed and puffed with all his might, but the brick house stood firm. The wolf, frustrated and bewildered, tried again and again, but each attempt was met with failure. The third pig's hard work had paid off, and their sanctuary remained intact. Realizing he could not defeat the sturdy brick house, the wolf devised a new plan. He would try to outsmart the pigs instead. "I'll find another way in," he thought to himself, and he decided to climb down the chimney. The pigs, however, were clever. The third pig had anticipated this move and had prepared a pot of boiling water in the fireplace. As the wolf descended, he soon found himself tumbling into the pot with a loud splash. The pigs heard the commotion and rushed to the fireplace, and when they saw the wolf struggling, they cheered with joy. "You'll think twice before trying to eat us again," the third pig declared. And with that, they quickly covered the chimney, ensuring the wolf would not return. The three little pigs celebrated their victory, their laughter echoing through the brick house. They realized that while the first two pigs had sought ease, it was their brothers' hard work and determination that had saved them all. From that day forward, they never underestimated the value of effort and resilience. They spent their days together, playing and working in harmony, and they always remembered the lesson learned: hard work and effort always pay off. The valley was once again peaceful, and the three little pigs lived happily ever after, safe in their sturdy brick home.